Kristine here again, explaining these monstrosities. It took me forever. Well, it took me all winter and all spring to finally get them all made. So it took me a long time to get them mounted on these backgrounds so they could be hung. Because I couldn't just hang this. I could have just hung it, I guess, on the wall. And this. But they just seemed really awkward if you just tried to hang them on the wall. But it was really difficult. I really struggled last winter with these. But anyway, here they are. So I wanted to make them look weathered, old, ancient. This represents an oboe, even though this bottom part is not oboe-like. But this is the base of a candlestick, and this is part of a recorder, and this is part of this is part of this is a poison dart blowgun. This piece, this neck, this whole theme, this section right here is that. And this also is that. When we went to Ecuador, we bought some poison dart blowguns and brought them home. But we didn't bring any poison with us, so they were useless. So they were for the kids. So actually, I have to tell a story about these blowguns. Nathan was he was 12 when we were there. And we went to the rainforest, and this guide gave him this 6-foot long blowgun, and he gave it to all of us to try. And he put a grapefruit on top of a spike about 30 feet away, and Nathan goes, and it hit right in the middle of it. He hit a grapefruit. Yeah, for reals. He did it. And the second time he did it, it glanced off the top. It was so awesome. Yeah, he had a knack for that. Nobody else could hit it. Out of the 8 of us. Nobody could hit it but him. Anyway, so that's what that is. And I have a few pieces that I'll show you. And this is also part of a recorder. And this is a spark plug. That's what that is. And this right here is a plastic hose with a bullet casing, a .22 shell. And then this is a piece of bamboo that I actually fashioned to stick in there. And there's nothing else I fashioned on this. So for the reed, that's bamboo. And all of the rest of this is like, the other pieces come from organ parts and sewing machine parts and these beads of glass. Drops of, I still don't know what to call those. Anyway, so I use zip ties to zip things together, and keys, and all this goes on the Guitar Hero. That's one of the handles, and that's probably good for that one. And this one, this is a cool thing on this side.
Oh, your spoon?
Yeah, it's a spoon.
That's funny. I didn't even ever notice it before.
Yeah, you gotta look real close. spoon and buttons and more sewing machine parts. Isn't that cute? You have to get close to see these things. There's a button. There's a heart. Here's a key, sewing machine parts. This cute little thing. Reminds me of a Dr. Seuss something. And then I also use these clamps, this type of clamp. And various pieces of metal, plastic tube, piece of bamboo that I fashioned for that, a little piece of metal. Okay, so this is the oboe. I mean this is the bassoon. Oboe, bassoon, and it looks more like a bassoon than this looks like an oboe. And then this is representing an English horn. And I'll show you what this is down there. It's a piece of wooden fruit. This is a candle, little tiny piece of a candle holder screwed into this. Oh, and this is also a blow dart gun. Yep. So I chopped 2 of them in pieces, and I only have a few pieces left. This is a little, it screws on something, I can't remember what it is. And I'll show you what this is. It's a piece of metal curtain rod thing. And this is a recorder mouthpiece. So this actually is not the shape of the mouthpiece for an English horn, but that's what that is. And then some guitar tuning pegs right here, a key, more organ rods. These are copper. Some Allen wrenches, more sewing machines, more key. So if somebody looked at these, they might think they were real instruments. Think, oh, do they work? And of course they don't. So now I'll show you some things that I used to make them with the raw materials. I brought some things out of the garage to show you what the poison dart gun looks like before it turns into an instrument. So I had some that were about, I don't know, 3 feet long, and I cut them. And if you look, this wood is kind of like a palm. It's a certain kind of wood that they use that I can't remember the name. So sad. So that's what this is. Just a long one. This long, and this long. So that I could make another instrument with this if I wanted to. So these are the pieces of that. Okay, so this piece is like this. That's what that is. This is a hat rack. And then these two, it's something like this. This isn't exactly it, but it's very similar to this side. And so I put these two. Because in an oboe you have this main part and then you have 2 pieces coming up, and one's taller than the other. And that piece right there is made from this little guy. I found a bunch of these at Desert Industry or some secondhand store. So I just used this middle piece. So I took his head off. You can just pull its head right off. I used that middle piece, and then I cut this off and stuck it up here on the top of that. And this piece is that. I just cut this off of this leg. Brought these in from the garage. So I want you to see what this is. This is that leg. I had cut it off here. So this is made out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces of wood. And this one is made out of 1 and something like this. This is another part of a recorder, but it's a different part. And then this spark plug. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then this is that's the end of the recorder. This is where the sound comes out here. I don't know if you can see that, and that's where your pinky finger goes there. So that, and then this is part of the base of that candle holder. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces make that. And then over here, there's just 1, and then this is this thing right here. And sometimes I probably put the stem up inside, so I probably put it like this. It won't go through. So it's up inside there like that. And just feeling this is glued on, so that's what that is. That's what that is right there. Oh, I know where it is. It's right here. So this is a part of I think it hangs a curtain or something like that. So I needed something curvy, and that's what that is. It's the other part. I cut it off of this. This was right there. And I don't have any more of these. So these mouthpieces for the recorder. Let's see. So this is the kind of thing I would use on instruments, and you just unscrew them. And then you can just screw it on something else. And that's how I did a lot of these things. They unscrewed, and so I would just screw them together a different way. And this is something that I could screw through here into here and make it look like the bottom of an instrument, and just put this in a piece of something. This looks like it could be the horn. It almost looks like this over here. That could sit on the bottom of that. And this went with the poison dart guns. These are the poison darts. This is where the poison goes, and they just put a whole bunch of these bamboo darts in here. And let's see, what else? There's some recorders I've disassembled. Okay, and then these are all, again, the pieces of the keys for the instruments. And I don't have a name for these. I don't know what they're named. Instruments. So anyway, they're pretty cool. They took forever. So thanks. Ciao.